Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought we would have a look at the Battle Pass Season 20 that is coming to War Thunder next week. You can see that it's going to be beginning on the 23rd of July, and it's basically following the same kind of structure that we've seen previously when it comes to War Thunder. So you have 2 new vehicles, you have, some decals, some decorations, you have also a profile pic, and also a loading screen on top of everything else. So what we're going to do when it comes to this video is we're going to go through the Battle Pass in a little bit more of a chill way, just because I have a bit less time this morning, and we'll talk about all the prizes that are coming in when it comes to next week. Now, these vehicles, they aren't available yet in the game. Once they are available, I'll test drive them, I'll show you them, and we can go through them and see what's going on with them. The major prize of this Battle Pass is this one, the WZ141-1. This is a Chinese prototype, and you can kind of tell what it's designed to do, right? Very similar to the Type 60 SPRG from the Japanese, and then also at the same time, the Ontos from the Americans. It's basically designed to have some recoilless rifles on a very light platform, but one of the interesting things about this one is it was kind of designed for paratrooper operations, so it was supposed to be able to be dropped from an aircraft, similar to, I suppose, the ELC series from the French. This was developed in the 1970s, and even though, from all intents and purposes, seems to have actually been quite a success, the Chinese armed forces decided they didn't want to push forward with it. So instead, it just kind of stayed as a prototype and nothing really happened with it. So it's going to be a premium light tank. It's going to be at rank 4 for China. And generally, I think that's actually going to be quite good. China has a lot of room for growth, as we've talked about over the years. I remember a few years ago talking about how China is just going to expand into this massive tech tree, and it's well on its way. They've added a ridiculous amount of stuff to it, which shouldn't be too surprising. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this is even though it has the 2 105 millimeter guns, like you can see them in this here, the other thing that this vehicle has is it seems to have the heavy machine gun on the top of it, which will give it extra use. The recoilless rifles are generally quite good. They either use like heat or they use HESH, so heat, and they do a lot of damage. And since this thing is also a light tank, it'll get scouting. So in those situations where you can't really do too much, then you'll be able to at least get scouts on. What worries me about looking at this platform, and we'll have to have a look at it when it gets added to the game, is the elevation and depression of these guns. You can see here that they're mounted on slightly high, little, like not a pivot, but you know what I mean, like the thing that moves the thing up and down. It's my brain is breaking at the moment. It's very hot over here right now. So it does seem like it's on a little turret, so it will swivel, but the problem is these guns are not really going to go up or down that much, so peeking over hills and doing stuff like that is not really going to be that fun to do. Now, the other vehicle that is on offer is this. This is something that you may have seen before. It looks a little bit weird, right? Because it's another one of those kind of copy paste things that isn't really a copy paste, but it is a copy paste. This is a B25, but it's the SB25J. So this is a specific one, which is for the Dutch. It's going to be a premium bomber for France at rank 3, which means you'll be able to do dailies, you'll be able to do specials with it, and also it'll be good for getting through those early tiers of France, which, let's be honest, aren't very good. So it just means it's a little bit easier to play compared to some other vehicles. Now, one of the key things about the B25 is even though it's a bomber, it does have access to a lot of guns, and that's basically what you see with this one too. You have the guns in the back, you have the blisters, and then also you have the guns in the front. There doesn't seem to be a top-mounted gunner, so no like dorsal, instead just the side gunners. So overall, this has 12 12 guns on the front of it. You can see two on the side, and then two on the other side, and then 8 in the front. So it has a lot of firepower going forward, but not as much defense as some of the other B-25s in the game. Now, this should be able to carry the standard bomb loads of all of the other vehicles that are of the B-25 family, apart from probably the Soviet one, because that one gets like its own bomb loads, but it should be fine. Like, it's the reason you play this thing is not just because it's a bomber. You also bring it along because it's pretty good at destroying AI ground targets, and it's going to be like a fine grinder. It's nothing special. It's a B-25, like we've seen a million B-25s in the past. Now, in terms of decals and decorations, they're doing basically the same thing that they did previously. So if you have a look at the actual wiki, they talk about where these things are when it comes to the Battle Pass levels. So you get 2 free decals, the emblem of the 84th Brigade, which is free. Then you have the emblem of the Special Forces of the Nanjing Military Region, which is paid. And then another free one, which is the emblem of the Special Forces Brigade of the 71st Armor Group. And then you have the one at 45, which is paid too. So half of them are paid, half of them are not paid. Pretty standard when it comes to this stuff. And then also the same with the decorations. So you have an automatic grenade launcher for China. You have the Type 64 decoration, which actually looks really nice. And then also the MLRS China decoration, which will be for the naval side of things. Now, when it comes to the decorations, the naval one is usually the free one, which is quite funny. Yep, there you go. The MLRS for China is the free one. And then the other 2 decorations will be paid. They really haven't changed the kind of setup for the battle passes in a long time. They're basically the same across the board. It's kind of crazy to think about. So since there are 2 vehicles in this battle pass, there is also going to be another trophy, paid trophy, remember, so it's not going to be free. And this trophy will have the Kadits, the Zippo, the Taran 2, and the VL Mirsky 2. It's not good, is it? It's not good at all. That's like, I mean, unless you really like the Turan, I suppose. And the Cadus is like a fine vehicle, but it's not like that interesting, right? So yeah, that kind of sucks. that that is not fun at all. But that's what you get alongside your 2 vehicles. That's the standard thing that Gaijin has been doing more recently. They also added in the loading screen for level 100, which is going to be this, which looks really nice. You can see the kind of power troopers in the background, which I think is a nice little touch on it. And then also you have a Chinese paratrooper profile icon, which is definitely not AI generated, like all of these other ones. Which this one is this is 100% definitely, not not AI generated, and has no parts of it being AI generated. It's very weird how all of these profile pics nowadays have exactly the same style and have exactly the same setup. Very odd. And at least most of them that I know of, are all made by the same person, who definitely has made stuff for other games and definitely at the same time doesn't use AI in those. So yeah. Luckily, I think this time, I don't think there's any AI issues in the background. You may remember that some of the other profile pictures have had issues with just garbage in the background of them because they've definitely used AI. So yeah, this is basically the Battle Pass Season 20, which for me, at least personally, I think Season 20 should be something that's huge. It should be something that's a big kind of push towards maybe a new horizon, but it looks like it's more of the same. The rank 4 light tank will be nice. It's nice to see. It'll be a solid vehicle. We'll have to see how quick this thing is. Since it's a paratrooper vehicle, it's probably going to be very light, but it's also probably not going to have a great engine, which is a bit annoying. The battle trophy is just sad. Like, I don't know. This is terrible. The Cadets, as I said, is fine, but the rest are they're very low rank, and you just don't get a lot out of them. And then also, this is the Warbond shop vehicles. This is the decal as well that they're bringing in for the Warbond shop. I think generally it looks really nice. No issues there. I've really enjoyed their kind of decals that they've been doing over this period of time with the kind of De La Muerte females. I think it's been quite fun, especially after the cosmic ones, which we had previously. But this is also the Warbond shop vehicles that are coming in. These are all pretty good, apart from the Morco Moran. The Grant one is also not a great one, but Pages of History exists, so you'll get quite a lot of use out of that. But the Eagle, the Z47 especially, and also the Mustang Mark 1 and the T3457 are all very, very nice picks. So that's Season 20. It seems okay. There's nothing too crazy about it. It's just a continuation of what we've seen before. And as I've said, it would be nice if they did something new. Maybe Season 21, they will do something new, but probably not. And we'll have a look at the vehicles when they get released in the game, and then also we'll have a look at the Warbond shop stuff too at the same time. So as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this Battle Pass. My initial opinion is pretty poor. Look after yourselves, peace be with you. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.